This will confuse people. So that's a Capitals flag. This is Capitals gear. It's a Bruins calendar. I'm watching the Bruins-Washington game. Bruins appear to have tied it, but the goal's under review. But I want to discuss what just happened in the first period. I want to discuss Ovechkin hitting Carlo. Alex Ovechkin's a big guy. Alex Ovechkin is a very big player. He's very strong. And knocking him off the puck is tough. And if you're playing against him, you're going to get hit. I've always had a love-hate relationship with Ovechkin. I've always tried to be reasonable in terms of my criticism of him when it's warranted. And I've tried to give him praise in terms of him being the best pure goal scorer I've seen in my life. And notice I said my life, not of all time. I'm not talking about Rocket Richard and guys I didn't see. But in terms of pure goal scorers, he, for me, is number one. And his physical game is underrated by people who don't watch him. You don't think of him as being, a big hitter. He is a big hitter. The hit on Carlo. So let me start with this. The hit on Carlo was clean. There's no penalty on the play, and if anybody thinks that I'm screaming about a penalty and waiting for it, it's not coming. That's why I went with Capitals gear instead of Bruins gear for this video. It's a fair play. It's not one that I particularly like, but Carlo had his back turned, and well, that tie didn't last very long, did it? So Washington scores to make it 2-1, and yeah, that's beside the point. So Carlo gets hit, but Ovechkin's trying to let up, and this is something I've been telling people in other hits this year, where they've said, well, they can't let up. Ovechkin did. Even at full speed, you can tell he could finish that check on Carlo, but he didn't. He didn't finish the check. And put a hand on Carlo and then came back over and gave him a tap with the stick. Like, that was unintentional. I hope he's alright kind of thing. That's it. And this is the thing, like, I'm not a big fan of Ovechkin's in general, and anybody who's watched my channel for a long period of time knows that. But that was big. He didn't get a penalty. Rightfully didn't get a penalty. He never finished the check. He could see Carlo by the numbers. And rather than fly through and drive him into the boards, as other players have done in other games, he let up, he holds his stick out, and lessens the blow. Carlo's hurt. As a Bruins fan right now, my prime concern is Krug's out, Carlo's out, Colin Miller got shaken up. Boston doesn't have a lot of depth on the blue line. I predicted Charlie McAvoy was going to come up and play for them this year. I still think that's going to end up happening, especially with injuries going on. But this is Ovechkin. We're back to Ovechkin here. Ovechkin is a big hitter. And the question's always been asked, is he dirty? The answer to that is yes, but part of it is he's so big, he's so fast, and he's so physical that when you hit that many times that hard, that fast, there are going to be hits that are across the line. Tonight he didn't do it. Well, this afternoon. This is an afternoon game. This afternoon he didn't do it when he could have, which only makes it more frustrating on the occasions when he doesn't let up. When he does smoke somebody to the boards. In terms of his game, Alex Ovechkin is underrated at this point in his career. The biggest thing with him is everybody always compares him to Crosby, right? It's Sid versus Ovi. It goes so much further than that. It really does. Ovechkin is genuinely one of the best players of his generation. Ovechkin he's big, he's strong, he's a fantastic skater with great hands. And it is surprising that he has yet to turn it on and win a Stanley Cup. That's the only thing left for him. It is that holy grail that he needs before he retires. The interesting side of this, of course, is that he's vowed to go to the Olympics, and if the NHL sticks to their guns, and if the Russian Hockey Federation sticks to their guns, he could win a Stanley Cup, retire, and go over and play in the Olympics this coming winter. And that wouldn't surprise me a whole lot. But in terms of Ovechkin as a player, can you make up your mind what you're doing? Thanks. In terms of Ovechkin as a player, he's trying to get me to pet him. Here, just sit. Just sit. In terms of Ovechkin as a player, he is maddening as a guy who doesn't cheer for him. Because that guy who led up when he could have smoked Carlo is a guy I respect. But there are plenty of occasions that I look upon in the last 10 years of his career where he's done something and gone, man, what a prick. Now, Washington's going to win this game. And they're going to truck along. But in terms of them getting to that promised land and getting to that Stanley Cup, they need Ovechkin. They've done it without him being at the center of it this year, where other guys have picked it up, and they went out and they've got Shattenkirk now to run that power play, which is crazy because Ovechkin's power play goal total is high. So you had Shattenkirk, you've got Holtby in net, Grubauer showing that as a backup, he's pretty decent too. This is a scary team. And in terms of Ovechkin's game, it's not as simple as saying whether he is or isn't a dirty player. Because, and I felt like I kind of have to talk about this because I talked about it with Crosby. Is Crosby a dirty player? The difference really with Ovechkin and Crosby, in terms of that side of things, is that Crosby will kind of hook and slash and that kind of thing, like the Mathot slash kind of thing. Ovechkin just smokes you. I mean, they showed him putting Werenski out. They showed him taking Zaitsev out. Like, he takes them out. And it's questionable in some cases, but man, if he has a shot to nail a defenseman on the boards, he does it. And he follows through. Back to Carlo. Didn't follow through. But as a Bruins fan, I've been concerned that Boston could be out quickly in the playoffs. If Brandon Carlo is hurt, then Ovechkin has done his team a great service in allowing them. Ovechkin's done his team a great service by allowing them to be in a position to take out. Oh my God, they're on the phone again. Now what's going on? Every single goal is being reviewed. Like, what? What the hell is going on? Now what are they reviewing? Sorry. Is this a goal, or is this just Toronto calling for something, or did Washington score again? Or is this the same goal? Wait. Oh, I can pause. I've paused already a couple times in this video. I just want to see how this turns out. Hudobin's been good. Any goals scored by Washington, not Hudobin's fault. No, that's goalie interference. That's absolutely goalie interference. Capitals are laughing about it, but that is goalie interference. That's what that means. Don't laugh about it. It's not Ovechkin laughing either. I don't know. It's hard for me at this point to hate Ovechkin, but I've said that before, and then I end up hating him usually pretty quick after. Oh yeah, no, that would have been a 3-1 goal. Still 2-1 Washington. But yeah, it's one of those things, and I'm interested to know what you guys think. Because I think part of the problem is we're always saying Crosby right after Ovechkin. Ovechkin can stand on his own 2 feet. He's got his own career, he's got his own reputation, and he's got his own thing. Crosby and Ovechkin are completely different players. I think the fact they play in the same division causes this issue. They both come into the league at the same time. They both play in the same division. If Ovechkin had been drafted by, say, Calgary, or if he played for the Kings, or he played for Anaheim or San Jose, if he was down in that corner of the continent, this probably isn't as much of a comparison all the time. but it's there. And we're going to see that in coming years between McDavid and Eichel, and we're going to see it in coming years between Matthews and Laine. McDavid and Eichel is a little unfair because McDavid is up here and Eichel is close, but he's not McDavid. And Matthews and Laine, it's apples and oranges. You have a great sniper who is going to lead the Jets in the future, and you've got the franchise in Matthews. Ovechkin is the franchise for Washington, and I think if they're going to break through in the playoffs, it's going to rely on number 8. And is this the year? So Ovechkin shows today that he doesn't have to be a dirty player, but he has been, and I've been mad at him before. And there have been plenty of plays he's done where he's hot dogged or I've been pissed off. And there are certainly things he's said and done that I haven't approved of in the past. Today's not one of those things. So if anybody was expecting a video of me complaining about Carlo getting hurt, I'm upset that Carlo's hurt, but I'm not upset with Ovechkin for it. Carlo put himself in a position where he was actually lucky that Ovechkin didn't take his head off, because he could have. It could have been way worse than what it was. So hopefully Carlo's day-to-day, and hopefully they're just keeping him out of the rest of the game as a precaution, and he's good to go in the playoffs. But it definitely looks like Boston will be playing Washington in the playoffs. And I won't be wearing this jersey during the playoffs if Boston's playing the Capitals. So enjoy it while you can. I will talk to you all again soon. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And let me know what you guys think. Ovechkin. We asked this question about Crosby. Ovechkin, dirty player or no? I don't see him take the physical abuse Crosby does because he's freaking massive. And I don't think anybody really wants to piss Ovechkin off. And he seems to dish out a ton of punishment on the other team. So, again, let me know what you guys think. And I will talk to you all again soon.